This is the Lord of Sin. Welcome to episode 3 of the Let's Play Fallout Shelter. I can't even talk today. This is going to be a tips and tricks episode, and the reason why is because after the first 2 episodes, I actually found out quite a bit of information, more from playing the game than actually checking any of the wikis. But I did find out quite a bit of stuff, and I thoroughly did kind of screw the pooch on the original Fallout shelter that they had, the 526 Fallout shelter. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to show you that this is probably going to be more of a tips and tricks episode than it is going to be a continuation of the Let's Play. And I don't know that there is any way to salvage what happened in the first 529. So pardon me. And because of that, I've actually gone ahead and started a second one, because originally, you know how I am, I don't like to play without you guys being able to view what I'm doing. But so I tried for a little bit just to see if if I could get a little further and get a better feel for the game down. And then that's when I tried the second vault as well, because then I didn't want to go too far into it. And by the time that I had reloaded the Vault 529, as you're about to see, man, things went horrendously horrible. And I found out that there's a couple of tips and tricks that, just through figuring it out myself, that are going to help other people in playing this game. Now, I've heard from a lot of people that they've had a hard time keeping their people alive, that they've had a hard time in learning how to build properly to grow and expand. So what is probably going to happen is I'm going to show you what went wrong in 529. I'm going to show you what did go right in my second vault, and we're probably going to start a third vault as well to get a good feel for what's going. Now, I might be able to build up and continue to grow this vault here pretty well. It just depends. There's been a lot of things that have gone wrong. Right now we're sitting at 67% happiness, which is far better than what it was. We have 16 vault dwellers, but if you'll notice, most of them have had a lot of radiation. Then you got a couple of people who are dead, for example. Elizabeth Payne passed away out in the wilderness. I actually sent a bunch of people away because I could not sustain them because of the way that my resources were running. Water was having such a massive issue with that everybody became irradiated inside of the Fallout shelter, and then I was starting to have a problem with food. Well, now that I've kind of gotten a little bit better at that down, there's a couple of things that I would like to teach you. First off, when you're first building, you do not want to build 2 and 3 layered rooms or stacked rooms. So for example, you see here we've got a residence here, we had our first restaurant here, and then our second residence here. Underneath we have the water treatment center or treatment station, which is three long. Now let me turn that down. I think it might be overpowering me, even though I've got this much closer to my face. I don't want it to be so quiet though that nobody can hear it. Alright, the water station, you actually see, this is 2 where the vault door is. I found out, by the way, that you can indeed upgrade the vault door if you really wanted to. The power station is 3 long. Now that's more than enough power up here, as you can see, to sustain for the most people. Where you see the little ticks on the markers is what the minimum is required to run everything without having any issues or problems. So what I found out there is that you want to do your best in how you're building to continue it down and build from there. I don't think, honestly, a restaurant works very well by being one itself. I can't delete this residence and was unable to build this first, so I had to build up down here to at least build a diner area where the restaurant's the next step. Build up a diner area, which is two rooms across. Oh, there's a fire in the power station. There's a fire. Take it out, take it out. And the problem that I always wonder is, where are these people getting all of these extra fire extinguishers from? Hopefully they're not going to die too badly. Alright. They've got it under control, looks like. And incidents like this just continue to happen. They just do. Which is good, because I like the challenge of it anyway. But if you look at half of these people, like if you look at poor Lauren, she's wearing a power suit, a T51D power armor, which is incredibly rare, by the way. And she still has irradiation. I can't fix that just yet. I have to be able to have enough room or enough power, or enough bottle caps, pardon me, I can't talk today, to build a science lab. I don't have it. It's required is 400. I don't have enough caps for it. So I've learned a little bit more tips and tricks here to sustain my people. Now that I've been able to keep them a little bit healthier this way, and working, the other thing too that I found out based on last episode is that all those lunch boxes that I received were very hard pressed. I screwed up badly on them, on how I was running with them, and so I will not make that mistake ever again. But what I plan on trying to do again is this is 529. This is the first vault we had. I'm going to show how I severely screwed that up, and how to not go about doing that. But as a point of reference, oops, wrong button. Let's go ahead and go back to the main menu for just a moment, and you'll see how I've been able to progress way farther in my second vault, not because I played it more, but because I didn't make the same mistakes that I made in Vault 529. So we're going to go to Vault 969 and open this vault up. And I'm going to actually show you guys a lot of the changes that I made. Now this one's considerably larger. I've done quite a bit better on this one. And I'm very happy for doing that, only because I've learned some valuable lessons from it. The biggest thing is when you're starting out, you want to build a little slower than necessary. You want to make sure that your resources are covered completely. Don't expand people in unless you absolutely have to, and you should be okay. Now we need power first to get that power over there. Food, and waters. And you'll notice that I have 27 people here. I have some pretty decent stuff as far as building up, and in essence I actually got a lot better stuff from the lunch boxes on this game playthrough. I've got a 94% on the overall happiness of everybody. Got a couple of people who need to level up here. If you'll even notice that I've been able to send a bunch of people out, or have been able to upgrade them pretty quickly. So a lot of these people are level 9s, level 10s. Eulogy Jones, who is one of these special characters, he's on his way back now. He actually has quite a bit of stuff. 833 bottle caps and a bunch of extra loot here. And I'm going to grab all that loot because we can always use extra loot to be able to fill it up. So what I've done is I've changed a little bit on how I did it. First off, I think it's a better option to keep your elevators on the insides like this. You probably want to have about 4 across max, maybe 3 across max in the middle, because you can only build rooms to a maximum of 3 across. Okay? That's a big thing to think about there for starters. So it doesn't hurt to have from your vault door, go to an elevator, have 3 across, go to an elevator, because you've only got another 2 rooms that you can do on this side. Now they're not always going to be built like that. Everybody's going to build their vaults differently. However, it doesn't hurt to start out with a restaurant of 2 and then building up your power stations. Your power station is more important, vitally important. Matter of fact, speaking of how important it is, I'm going to rush this because we're running fairly low on our electricity there. And success, yes. Yeah. I just said yeah. Let's rush these as well, just so we have an extra Monicum up there. And yes, nice. Alright, so going back and having a restaurant here or a diner or whatever the case may be. It's a restaurant now because I've upgraded it. When you upgrade it makes it a lot more efficient, and you want to really put people in the right spots. Now I know that the tutorial does indeed tell you to make sure that you put people in the right spots. You don't have to be a Fallout genius to know what the special the special acronym or stats really come out to be. However, it's important that you follow what each of the areas do indeed provide you with the information. So, got a couple of babies running around here. You'll notice that he doesn't have an especially high agility, or A. Okay, it tells you what each of them are, and I'm learning new things as I'm going along. So it tells you what their points are, and I did not know this till actually just now. I didn't know you could do that. That's pretty cool. Is anything else clickable like that? No. Alright, so we've been able to do that, and you want to make sure that you're building these people up. Right now, I don't have the ability technically I just barely unlocked the ability to train them. You really want to send, as many people out as you can to, initially to try to get some loot because of the calamities that may happen. And they just happen on their own, from raiders coming in to just incidents like you saw where that fire broke out in the power station in the other plant and in the other shelter. This is a residence. I do not recommend breeding them just on the early bound. The only reason you're going to want to breed them or have them breed and make children is happiness. You can actually really raise the happiness value across the board from people if you're having them go in and have sex and give in and make babies. So it really does help to kind of go across the board there. You'll see I've only got a couple of people like Arthur Bishop here in the restaurant, Evelyn Jones down here in the radio studio, Joe Barry in the power station that are just a little under 100% or closer to it. 50% for Keith Walker, but he's still a kid, and the kids never get above or below 50% unless they're really, really severely damaged, I guess, from what I understand. But you'll notice that nobody really has any radiation. The only person who does is Eulogy, but he's coming back in from the wasteland, so it's expected that he's going to have it. Plus, I sent him out. Oh, look. Run, kid, run. Are there people going to be coming to save that before it spreads? Oh, come on. Now, see, I talked too much about this. Oh, wow. Well, this is a pretty big calamity here. Let's see how well this goes down. That's because, see, the roof is on fire, and that's not good, so put those people in here. The fire goes on its own? Is that what's going on there? Okay, I guess the fire is kind of going out on its own there. Some of these people are putting the fire out. Some are not. Wow, I've never had a fire spread crazy like that. That's why you want to try to have as many people out and about wherever you can. Stop 10 incidents. 4 of 10. Yay. Alright. So, you really want to have them spread out as much as possible. This here is a science lab that lets you create, the rataways. And this is the med bay to create the stim packs. If you'll notice, I actually have 21 of each of them, only because you can go to a maximum of 25 depending upon how your storage goes. Because I've got 2 storage rooms here, I was able to extend it out further, as you'll see, but it says space of 30 here, but you only have 25 for each of these. Let's see here. Get out of there, kid. Alright. What does he have overall? Not much. Alright, so you'll see that obviously this has been a better success, in the long run, and I've been able to grow larger with this one than I was with 529. And like I said, I may be able to stretch 529 out. I'm not entirely sure. We'll see. We'll play it out. If I don't, then I'll start a new one, and I'll show each of the things that I've learned as I progress further. And it's probably not a bad idea to do that for you guys, just so that you get a better feel for it. The big thing, like I said, is that you want to try to really plan out for your main resources, to have a power where power goes out to 3, your water goes out 3, and your restaurant goes out 3. You don't want to build that off the bat, though. You don't want to do it. Unless you manage to come up with the crazy caps like I did before, and were able to, expand that fast, then by all means do that, because it's better in the long run, where you won't have issues so much from losing out. We're a minute away. We're not going to fall too far. That doesn't mean to say that I'm not going to lose some stuff here, or that I'm not going to have to expand somewhat soon. If you look at the power is still going down no matter what. Actually, let's go ahead and do that really fast. Let's put another power generator and build that right here, and extend this out, and that should hopefully help a little bit more. The biggest thing at this point is just making sure that we can get... I don't want to do that. I wanted to go here. 1 hour and 16 minutes until possibly new people coming in. And I've almost got... I don't remember how much that is. 1,000 food for 200 more. 10 incidents. I need to do 6 more, and I can get another lunchbox, which is... The lunchboxes really do help you quite a bit. If you notice, my first evaluation was pretty high, 91%, A-. I have 3 hours till my next evaluation, and so far I'm sitting at 96%, which is not too shabby at all. Cannot complain. Let's grab some more power there. And we do have a radio station, like I said before. There's no way to rush this one. You have her back there speaking in the microphone. He's running the machine itself. And hopefully, by the time that it's ironic, by the time that Eulogy gets back, I'll probably have more people showing up, and he's got a good chunk of money there too, to be able to take advantage of. But I'm probably going to hold on to all of this stuff until I figure out what I want to get rid of. I don't know. I mean, it's pretty good. 5 hours 34 minutes ago, is when I last had him out doing it. The other thing too is that these people, when they go out, this isn't meters like I originally thought it was. It's minutes. That's why it says 1 hour 10 minutes now. What happens is when they go out for as long as you have them going out for. Their return trip is always half of their time or distance away. So for him, he was at like 3 hours before I decided to bring him back. And because he'd already had quite a bit of stuff, so I figured I might as well just do it anyway. He's high enough level. I'm not too concerned right now with losing him out there in the wasteland, or having him, just die mercilessly, like I did on the other one. Let's go ahead and go back to 529 really quickly, though, just because I want to be able to show some other things that have happened out there. Now, like I said, I had a bad issue where everybody was getting sick, everybody was getting irradiated, everybody was losing their health. So I sent a lot of people out into the wasteland. Hopefully, I hit the wrong button. Oh no, I didn't want to load that one. I did not want to do that. So I apologize sincerely for the technical difficulties. Alright, come on, load it up so I can unload it and go back. So I sent some people out, hoping that they'd at least be able to bring some money back, some bottle caps back from fighting. But most of them were level 1s, and they just were not prepared at all to be out in the wasteland. Hey, there's 200 more. Yeah. Really quick, I want to see what other one's going to pop up. Have 3 female dwellers pregnant. Not right now, I'm not. Considering I'm at 27 of 32, I've got a couple of kids running around as it is, and I hopefully will be getting new people. So that one's going to have to hold off a little bit. Oh, don't want to do that. Let's go ahead and grab the water really fast. No, I said grab the water really fast. Grab the water. Level you up to level 11. Alright, we're good there. and we're gonna go back to shelter, or to vault. Pardon me. We're gonna go back to Vault 529, and hopefully we can, like I said, we can pick it up from there. Because of the changes that I learned, I was able to kind of go back at massive detriment to myself from all those lunch boxes that I made the mistakes on, as far as going back and trying to fix things. So, like I said, I hope that I can do it. There's 16 dwellers, 6 rooms. So let's just hope. Let's hope. And if not, then maybe in episode 4, then we may start a new vault and kind of go from there, or just completely trash 529, delete it, and start over. It just depends. I'm not entirely sure on how I want to do that. If you guys have, are interested, leave me a comment below. Give me some suggestions as to what you think I should do. Should I just completely trash 529, or should I try to save it, try to salvage it? That's kind of the challenge. I mean, this is a micromanagement game after all. Look at all these people upload. Yeah, see, now we're getting a little bit better because of just the way the power is running, the way that the resource management is being handled is better. The fact that these people are actually surviving a lot longer is a lot better. And there's 95 there. And it looks like, I mean, when I start finally being able to create Radaways, it's not going to be that bad. I do want to bring Johnny back to life because Johnny was level 12, and he has a lot of good stuff too that I want to bring back. 364. It costs him more to revive him than what he has on him, but the benefit is that I almost get that mount back once he gets back. He's 5 hours away, so it'll take him about 2.5 hours to get back to where I'm at. Let's go ahead and look at the other people who are dead, because you can remove them if you want, but I mean, they've got some stuff that could be beneficial. So she's not that far away. We already looked at Johnny, and then we have this third person, Patrick Taylor, who has an armored vault suit, and I mean, it's going to cost quite a bit of money to get them to revived and brought back. But those are people that I don't have to worry about later on. The other good thing about it is half of these people that have already here, I don't know if it's just because of the water and they're naturally healing. I may not have to make Radaways, or may not have to have a priority of making the Radaways so much, because these people are pretty close to being healed up pretty well on their own. I mean, look at Philip Payne. He's got he's got a little bit of radiation still left. He's no longer sick. That's a good thing. Matter of fact, oh yeah, he's in the water. All right, here we go. Radroach infestation. And most of these people are not armed. Stay sharp. Overseer's watching. That's right, I am. You better kill them all. That's one poor guy. The other guys, people are stomping him. Stomp on him! Stomp on him! Stop him! Shoot him then. I don't care. Just do it. Do what you gotta do. And that's why I need to have people come back, because yeah, I mean, you want to have 1 or 2 really good trusted people go out into here, let me zoom back out of there. Go out into the wasteland. And don't leave them out for very long. Let them come back. Maybe about an hour away, 2 hours away max, because it's going to take them an hour to get back, half the time to get back. The reason why you want that is because until you can make the Stimpaks and the Radaways, they're going to be kind of really rough. They're not going to be able to arm weapons. Even if they find them out in the wasteland, they cannot arm the weapons until they get back and you actually arm them with the weapons. So there is that, where that's concerned. I don't know. There's a bunch of things that I want to teach, and I think that I'm going to wait till you hear what you guys have to say. If you think I should try to salvage 529, then I'll salvage 529. If you think that I should trash 529 and start a new vault over, then by all means I'll do that instead. I just want to try to show you guys, and I think that I had a lot more tips and tricks pretty much kind of in my head planned out, but then got kind of caught up with all of the incidents that came up. So I didn't remember exactly everything I wanted to show you. I guess I'll just run through them as we go along. But this has been Lord of Sin for Let's Play Fallout Shelter Episode 3. Please do not hesitate to like, subscribe, comment, and share, and I will see you next time for Episode 4. Thank you very much for your support, your continued support especially, and have a great day.